Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lori, otherwise known as the Frugal Mom. It's Mother's Day, and although I may not be able to get this video out today, I wanted to hop on and wish everyone a very happy Mother's Day. Now, that includes a lot of different people that you might not think of as mothers, pet moms, dads who do both jobs, mothering and fathering, people who are very significant in other children's lives and are more like a mother figure to them. Those of us who have angel babies, you're still a mom. So I want you all to know that I hope you have the most wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. And that leads me to my next thought. So my mom passed away a very long time ago. She passed away before either of my children were born in 2002. Yep, her birthday is on New Year's Eve, so yeah. Right before 2003, she passed away on her birthday, which everybody thought, that's odd. And on her headstone it says born December 31st and, passed away December 31st, so that's really something. I swear to you guys, I think that she timed it that way. She didn't want to miss her birthday. She loved celebrating her birthday, especially when she was older and we were adults and we could do nice things for her. So yeah. So those of us who don't have our mothers for whatever length of time it's been, Mother's Day hits a little bit differently. And I want you all to know, if that's the case for you, that I see you, I feel you, my heart goes out to you. My mom, like I said, she's been gone so long, and I miss her every day, every day. And now that I've been a mother for quite some time myself, I realized pretty early on in that journey just how much she loved me. And she wasn't perfect. She had her faults. She dealt with her demons. And things were not perfect in my childhood. But I know that she did her absolute best with the tools that she was given, the example she was shown as a child. And things were so different then. There wasn't help for mental illnesses like there is now. And even though she was an alcoholic, she was using the alcohol to self-medicate to help herself with the issues that she had. And that doesn't make her a bad person. It just means that she didn't have the help that she needed. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that, either from her side or from my side. And it took a lot of self-exploration for me to realize that as an adult. So yeah, I know that she did her best, and we became best friends once I was married and out of the house. And oftentimes the phone would be ringing. It would be her calling me when I had my key in the door after work, and we would talk every single day, sometimes for hours, oftentimes while I was making dinner. And we just became very, very close. And I owe her so much because she really taught me how to love without any boundaries, that it's okay to show emotions when you're upset. That's what she taught me. She taught me a lot about strength. Even though she didn't always have it, one of her biggest sayings was always, you're either gonna sink or swim. It's your choice. And she would always tell me when I was struggling with something like school and academics, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to get it done. Just get it done. Do it once. Try to do the best that you can. But if it's something that you're struggling with, she always appreciated how hard it was for me just to pass the class or just to get a C, like it was something math related. So she was kind in that regard. And she had a wonderful empathy for other people. She didn't like to see anyone go hungry. Even though we didn't have much ourselves, she would always say, cast your bread upon the water and it will return to you tenfold. And that is such a beautiful thing. She always told me, no matter how bad we think we've got it, there's always someone else that has, you know, a more desperate situation and has less than you do. So anybody can give, and if we all work together, we can all help each other, and that's what God put us here for. And that's just such a beautiful way to look at life. And I'm so grateful that she impressed that upon me very early on. Especially in a world that is ever becoming more and more selfish. The other thing she impressed upon me was my love of animals. All animals, really, but especially cats. Yeah, she really loved animals. She would feed anything that came to the door. I'm telling you, if you guys came to the door and said you were hungry, she would fix you something. So, yeah, in her quiet way, she did a lot for people. She just didn't need to be recognized for it. And she's right. If you're going to do something good, don't do it with the intention of, you know, getting accolades for yourself. She would feed squirrels, birds. She wouldn't even mind if the raccoons and the possums came to eat the leftover cat food. Yeah, she watched many, many litters of kittens be born. This is where I got my cat rescue love from rather. Yeah, she hand-fed kittens, and she enjoyed every minute of it. Sometimes as she got older, it was a little bit more stressful because she was often tired. But once she got going, she really enjoyed taking care of all those babies and their mamas, and oftentimes finding homes for all of them. At one time, I think we had 14 cats, and that included a litter of kittens. And yeah, we helped each other take care of them. But I am so grateful that I had the mother that I had, that God sent me to her, because everything happens for a reason, and it made me who I am today. And I'm sure that those of you who don't have your mom anymore and are missing your mom, you feel the same way. And I also wanted to call out those women, I should say, who were ultra important to me growing up and in my young adulthood, that are no longer with us. Quite a few of my friends' mothers, you know, they served a mothering role for me, and sometimes they weren't even the most nurturing people, but they taught me a lot about life. Some of my friends' moms, and you know, one of them actually is still, you know, a cheerleader of mine, I like to think, and we're very friendly, and we message each other back and forth, and I love her just as much as I did as when I was a teenager. And that is Fran Butler. She is my best friend's mom. We've known each other since 1987. I know that's crazy. And her mother was always very hardworking. So was her dad. They are a wonderful, salt-of-the-earth family, and I'm so glad that I know them and they're in my life. And then there is Eileen Ryan. My family moved next to her family when I was 2 years old, and she had a daughter that was about the same age. I think her daughter is maybe like 8 months younger than me. Yeah, that's my friend Natalie's mother, and she passed away some time ago. And I think about her often. She taught me a lot about strength and dealing with adversity and just pushing through and toughening it up, you know, and how to throw a great barbecue, that's for sure. And then there was my ex-mother-in-law. This one still hits hard, and her birthday is a couple of days before mine, so sometimes we would celebrate together. And she taught me so much about being a mother, work ethic, housekeeping, homemaking, cooking, and just having a good heart. You know, she loved me like I was her own, and she took me into her home. She and her husband did, and she passed away some time ago. And I know it sounds trite, but she was genuinely one of those people that when she passed away, you could feel a light go out in the world, because she was a light to this world. And I miss her every single day. She was a great grandmother to my daughter. In fact, she was the only grandparent that my daughter had, because my parents have been gone for a long time, and her husband passed away when my daughter was 6 months old, so she doesn't remember him. So I'm very grateful that I had such wonderful women in my life to look up to and to learn from, and I strive to be that woman for my daughter, my son, and, you know, all of their friends if they need me. And I'm so, so, so blessed that so many of them consider me a second mom figure. They call me Mama Lori. So, like I said, if you guys are missing someone special, you're missing your mama, I feel for you. I'm there right with you. But I know that they are with us every day. I know that my mom walks beside me every single day. I can feel her presence sometimes. Just remember, a love that strong, such as a mother's love for her children, it never dies. It lives on through us. And as long as we talk about them and we remember them and we laugh and we share all the good memories and we keep pictures of them around, they're never truly gone. They live on through us. So, having said all that, I hope that you guys have an amazing Mother's Day. You get to do something that you want to do. You get to be a little bit spoiled today, however it is that you like to be spoiled, and that you get to rest. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and as always, I am sending love from New Jersey. Bye.